And we are back at a cafe. We've been here before actually, but tonight is quite a weird occasion in which we have our special one right behind you guys. So she's going to be hearing everything we're going to be saying, but we're going to at least try to make at least a meaningful video in which we can at least, us as a community, still relate to just unwind and relax. So first off, we're going to actually give thanks to Asphalt God. Pardon me if I don't actually pronounce that right, but thanks for at least leaving a like and a comment from before. And there was this other commenter, at least on the manifest video, in which was talking about the ways of Jesus Christ. As I said early in the comment too, I'm not necessarily too involved with either political or religious beliefs. Simply, I am a person that wants to at least provide service for the spirit. You know, I don't necessarily want to talk about material things or what society nowadays has to offer. Now I'm simply talking about things that nurture the soul, hence why I even make these videos. So let that be reminded, just because we often have a hard time here in the community, at least trying to remember we're not necessarily trying to involve ourselves with any political or religious debate. But either way, you know, I mean, this channel is about actually speaking your mind. However, I do want to at least tell you guys, like, if you guys are going to be speaking on behalf of those things, I'm not necessarily going to I'm not going to be closed-minded to the fact that you guys are talking about that, but simply, I mean, hey, thank you. That's actually something that I actually do want to get myself more involved with, because, you know, I look at other YouTubers and I'm always just saying, like, holy shit, I myself am kind of inexperienced with just day-to-day life things that are going on, and I want to at least be more knowledgeable of that, because I really do live under a rock sometimes, hence the reason why I have so much to say, yet very little people to say it to. But that's why I have you guys. By the way, if you have a tea, you already know we're enjoying our tea right here. Cheers to that. And by the way, I am actually going to try to at least organize my videos, just because I know sometimes I rant off on things, but we actually have our own little notebook right here. And again, I'm actually going to also try to keep this video to a short amount of time, because one, I do have a bit of social anxiety, and there's people around that actually already kind of do affect my performance right now. I'm sure you guys normally could tell that I am a bit more calmed, but this is also just to break that social anxiety, because eventually, once this channel does grow up to be something that is for the both of us, you know, you as a community and me as the person that likes providing my spiritual talk and guidance, or whatever you may call it, you know, we just want to be an open community. But moving along, so I do want to reiterate what this channel is about, simply just because I myself am always just changing the directory of what this video actually may entail to, or what it may do. But I keep looking at other YouTubers as well, and you know, Mystic7, he specializes in just Pokemon Go. I eventually wanted to do that myself, but that is a very costly hobby. I literally almost spent, I'm not going to say how much, but I did spend a good amount on that game. That was a painful thing to do, but it was worth it. And then there's also Markiplier. Bless his soul, by the way, but you know, it's kind of sad that he hasn't posted in 2 weeks. But at the same time, I'm like, the man has made a sufficient amount of money to do that, you know. There's a reason why he's always donating his money to charity. I'm like, shit, well, at one point in my life, I actually do want to do that, because I'm not necessarily quite the heavy spender, in which, you know, on a day-to-day basis, I find myself spending over, you know, hundreds of dollars. Now, I mean, I'm pretty basic in the sense where, like, if I'm just going to have a normal time, I know I'm just going to want to conserve myself. But obviously, there is my moments where I do splurge. It's that all or nothing mentality that kind of disrupts my way of life sometimes. But regardless, I mean, we are human after all. So yeah. Also, I did make a video prior to this one. However, I'm not too proud of it. That's why I haven't posted it. But I did post at least a little short of it, just because there was some meaningful things that I did say into it. But I will have to edit it, and I'm actually thinking of getting an editor, because, you know, this guy's actually, well, I did have a music producer, you know, when I was singing. mind you, that was a very cringy time for myself. But I do have a friend that is willing to edit my videos just so that way they can appear more glamorous, and also just so that way our channel can grow and be more interesting to you guys. But in the meantime, yeah, I do want to at least edit that video myself so that way I can get the good parts. I also still want to do interview people, and in fact, I actually did interview this one person around my age about what is his opinion about dating, and I might do an interview with my special someone who's right behind you guys. It depends if she's in the mood. But if I could actually engage with random strangers and talk about what they like talking about, just anything in general, that's something that I do want to do. I did see Asphalt God wanted my number, and by the way, if you do actually want to contact me, I believe I do have my Instagram handle on my channel. If not, I'll make sure to at least leave a description to it on the link below, I guess. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but I'll make sure to do that. But I don't necessarily use Instagram that much, just for the fact that it kind of corrupts my mind sometimes, and as an overthinker, it's just hard to at least disengage from apps just like that. But I mean, hey, if it's to talk to you guys, then yeah, shoot me a DM and I'm willing to at least talk to more of you guys. But in the meantime, I have been enjoying reading your guys' comments, just because it shows that you guys actually do want to talk to someone, whether you want to have a debate or at least talk about a disagreement that you guys actually may have against me. I'm perfectly fine with that. And there's no harm. I will be civil. It's mainly the matter of fact that, wow, you guys even want to engage in some type of conversation. That's something that amazes me, because that's something that nowadays people need, especially more with themselves. And what I mean by that is actually just talking about, what is wrong with one's own personality trait. Oh my, that's what I mean to say. And that's why I also like just talking to people about their past traumas, about any other experiences in which have at least mentally scarred them, just because you get to know someone like that. My special someone behind you guys, that's how I got to know her, and we've been together for at least half a year. It's been a difficult but steady ride, and there's also been a matter of consistency in which has allowed us to get to this point in our lives in which we are still young, but we're trying to look forward to at least a future in which we can both flourish while still being our own individuals. Because one thing that I have noticed about relationships is you lose a bit of individuality within them. That's one of the pros, but at least compared to being single, you get to be yourself without no restraints. And that's what me and my partner are at least trying to do, is we're trying to do things that we both love while still being with each other. And I actually do want to at least thank her once I'm off making this video, is that the fact that she's willing to come here, actually be with me while I'm making this video. I actually do appreciate that of her. And in fact, she can't hear me because she has AirPods on. But you don't really find people that are willing to be that patient with you. So yeah, but moving along, if you guys are in a relationship, tell me you guys' story, at least in the comments below, because I do want to know how it is for you guys. I perhaps myself can at least gain some courage or wisdom off you guys. Keep in mind, I am only 20 and she's 21, so we're very young. Moving along, the rat race. I did make a small video about that, and that's why I also deleted or haven't posted the other video, just because it does pertains to the rat race. That's something that's actually been weighing on my mind a lot, just because it affects everyone. And the only way people are able to at least escape that type of reality is actually by making something of themselves or in their own lives. And that's something difficult. That's just hard to do, because people don't have the courage to actually do what they want to do in their own lives. And for example, this is it for me. It's just actually sitting down, making a YouTube video, talking to you guys. I'm sorry, this cherry blossom tea is actually pretty good, but it's hard. My friend makes music, the music producer, and he can't find the courage sometimes to actually, I hope this audio has been good. He can't find the courage sometimes to actually do what he loves doing, just because of, one, his 9-to-5 job that just occupies him all day, and two, it's just he has no motivation for it because of the fact that his 9-to-5 job is just that draining on him. Thankfully for me, I don't necessarily have a steady job, and financially I am okay. You know, I still have my saved up money, hence the reason for this. But even then, it's like, I still want to occupy myself. I still want to make a living. I want to monetize off YouTube eventually. But let's see how it goes. I mean, it all comes from you guys. The more you guys view these videos, in which, thank you, by the way, like, I have noticed ever since I've gotten this little tripod, or this little tripod and this microphone, most of you guys have been actually engaging into my videos or actually been viewing them more consistently. And I actually thank you guys, because, you know, that's the only way I'm going to make it. It's not as if I'm the one that's actually, well, I mean, I am putting in the work to actually make these videos, but it's you guys that are actually at least helping me get there. So I honestly thank you. Thank you to Asphalt God, and I'll make sure at least give you a shout out, and I'll leave a little link to your page. Even if you don't make any YouTube videos, I at least want to acknowledge your attention. And then also the other guy that commented about Jesus Christ, I actually want to thank you too, because I don't want to share my religion. I don't want to share my political beliefs, because again, we're not about that. We're just all about spirituality talks and also mental health. I mean, you could say. I want to talk about that even more, and that's what we are for. I'm finally starting to at least mold my channel to what it actually is, yeah. Because, you know, I look at other YouTubers, I want to be like them, I want their fame and attention, but I don't necessarily want to be doing what they're doing. And in my case, simply talking and relaxing is what I do want to do, and talk about really engaging things that actually touch people's souls. I want to touch their heartstrings per se, you know. And I mean, that's just something I've noticed I've always been good at, so why not engage upon it and actually make this gift of mine, give it to others, so that way perhaps I could create a more harmonious and positive reality for myself and for others. Well, that being said, I don't want to leave my special someone too alone, just because this was supposed to be at least a bit of a cafe date. But I do thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one, and hopefully I won't be too anxious to actually make a video, but I believe I've actually been doing quite good. Either way, till the next one.